Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to my初音Miku any percent speedrun. So, we're just gonna get some music going and get started here. The most common tech in this run is the 3/4 right facing pose, just because it's the easiest to draw. We'll do a little swag strat here, give her a peace sign. Actually, maybe she has two peace signs, double swag strat. I made a critical error here in that her legs are not quite long enough. But thankfully we have our handy resize tool, so we can just make her a bit smaller and then redraw the legs to be a more appropriate length. Rookie mistake, but it's okay, we can recover from that. So we've got our sketch done. Now we just need to go over it and then we'll be done. Pretty straightforward run. Also pretty optimized, so there's not really... This might be a dead run soon since there's no other text to be found. Once the 3/4 strat was found, that was just the end of it all. Most people in this run would just go for the hands behind the back strat, which is not as visually interesting, but does save a little bit of time. But, you know, we want to go for swag strat since this is getting uploaded to YouTube and all. Alright, so Love Samba is over. That means we've hit the 3-minute mark. Not making bad progress. Probably the hardest part here is going to be the face. Hopefully we don't spend too much time on that, but I think I'll skip ahead to the legs for now. The panty and stocking style leg strat, it's not my favorite because it's not as visually interesting, but we have to make up for the time we lost doing the peace sign strat. Can be a good backup strategy. Alright, we're not making bad time. We are gonna redo the face though to save bit more time since our sketch wasn't exactly readable. And we're going to transition from the 3/4 strat to the forward facing strat. Very risky, but And we risked it all because the bangs just did not turn out, and now we're gonna have to redraw the face. Huge time waste. Face is definitely the most difficult part of this run. It's killed many world record pace runs. Just very difficult to draw, especially depending on how your body turned out. We're gonna do the wink strat, which saves us some time since we only have to draw one eye. Can't quite get this bang to turn out, but it's okay. We're not looking too great from the flip side, but the speedrun isn't about the end quality of the art. As long as it's recognizably Hatsune Miku, then your run is considered good enough for any percent. So we're almost past the face. Once we're past the face, it's just coloring, and then it's smooth sailing from there. Having some difficulty with the hair here, but there we go. And on this left are the pigtails. Of course, we made a critical error and deleted our sketch from earlier, so now it's going to be pretty difficult to draw the pigtails in. But having some experience with this run, it'd be pretty easy for me to just eyeball it. Alright, so Out of Eden is over. We're not making the greatest time anymore, probably because we lost so much time on the face, but that's okay. We can make a comeback with the coloring part of the run. Of course, we can't forget the iconic. Actually, we'll come back to those. Alright, so we're not making bad time so far. Well, we'll see how the coloring goes. It's not a world record run, but it could be a good run. Definitely not my worst one. The nice thing about the any percent is you don't really have to color in the lines so much. As long as it's mostly in the lines, it's okay. If this were the 100% run, the coloring phase is much more difficult, especially if your lines aren't closed like they are on this particular run. Alright, so we're almost finished with the black part here. Now we just have to get a nice scion going. cyan goes for the hair and some of the accents on the clothes. Her tie. Her eyes. Actually, most of the drawing is just cyan, so it's important that you pick a nice cyan. If this were the 100% run, we would have to take a color for her shirt specifically instead of just leaving it white. But because we're doing the any percent run, we don't have to be as accurate with the colors, which is also a huge benefit. Definitely makes the any percent category is much more fun to run, but the 100% category does result in more interesting visuals. It's a better spectator sport, for sure. Now we're gonna do the over coloring strat where we just color a bit too much over, but then we go back and erase where the cyan shouldn't be. It's a bit of a time saver just because we don't have to switch to a smaller brush and then switch back to a big brush. We can just switch to the smaller brush at the end, which is the eraser. Strat was discovered not too long ago. We can get her little extra hairs in her eye here. And of course we missed a critical part of the tie there, and we've also missed the inside of this. Just really making a lot of rookie mistakes on this run. But our time is still good. All we have to do is a skin color. We're going to do the sub-layer strat where we just do the skin color underneath the other layers that we've already colored. Just makes it a bit easier since we're not accidentally coloring over other colors. Now, her skin color is too far off. I eyeballed it, but I didn't eyeball it correctly, so I'm going to have to do a hue adjustment, which will cost some more time. It is really difficult to perfectly execute everything in this run. Alright, and then we just merge the color layers together. Color her teeth white. And we missed her tie clip here. Actually, we'll get rid of the teeth line. And then finally, we add her hair clips. They go on the uppermost layer. We're just going to be kind of lazy and not do perspective, another benefit of the any percent run compared to the 100% run. And fortunately we do need to add the pink in order to qualify, which will take some more time. Alright, and that'll be it for our speedrun. And we come in at a final time of 14 minutes, 28 seconds. Not bad, definitely not one of my best runs. But I think we did make up for a good amount of time on the coloring portion. So that'll be it. Thank you for watching.